If you would please briefly walk us through how this incredible streak of Big Mac eating started.
Okay, the Big Mac eating started on May 17th, 1972. I had to wait till I got my first car so that I could drive to McDonald's. And I had planned on eating a Big Mac on the first day that I got a car. And that goes from a long story of a guy I used to shine his shoes at the golf course. He owned the McDonald's, and so he kept on begging me to come on over and try a Big Mac. And I told him, the first day I get a car, I'll be over. And so the first day I got a car, the first place I went was McDonald's. And then I had my first 3 Big Macs, and I always had a thing for double burgers in my life. I had Big Boys and stuff before I even had a Big Mac. But the Big Mac was the best sandwich I ever had. And so actually the first day I ate 9, and then I was eating 9 for a while. And then
You ate 9 the first day?
Yeah, I did. It's kind of like eating chocolate for the first time. You can't eat enough chocolate. Anyhow, that's kind of how I guess I would describe how I ate Big Macs. And like I say, I just loved them so much that I was really packing them down. And it only lasted about a month where I was really hammering them like that. And then my body kind of got to a point where it had to calm down kind of. And so then I was actually by the end of June of 1972, I was down to like 2 or 3 a day. And then, like I say, I wasn't married or I had no girlfriend or nothing. So what I had been doing was just eating the Big Macs and throwing the cartons in the back seat so I could keep count. And I was only going to see how many Big Macs I could eat until I got drafted. I mean, I was a dead ringer to be drafted for the Vietnam War. So, and then come December 1972, President Nixon was bombing the heck out of Hanoi. And I was kind of thinking I was having my last Christmas at home. And then the next month, January 1973, all of a sudden they stopped the draft. What a relief, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And like I say, my favorite food was Big Macs, and I just kept on eating them. And in 73 is when I met my wife. And then later on we got married. She really didn't cook very well, so it worked out so I could eat Big Macs every day.
Talking to Don Gorske, who just ate his 35,000th Big Mac of his lifetime up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, here on the ride home on 103.9 The Maverick. And you mentioned you had 9 for a while. That first month you went crazy, but you've still maintained quite a routine of multiple Big Macs a day for a long time, haven't you?
Right. Like I say, I've been pretty much 2 a day every day since 1981. There was a period from 74 to 81 that I was eating 1 a day quite often because my mom made me promise to eat 1 non-McDonald's meal a day because she was worried about my health. And then in 1981, I talked to her and I said, is it just okay if I just eat Big Macs? And she says, well, if they haven't killed you yet, go right ahead. So like I say, I want to always do what my mom said, but then like I say, it just got to the point where I said, it'd just be easier if I could just eat Big Macs. And then that's what I've been doing ever since. Usually it's 2 a day, but some days I still eat 3, and then some days I eat 1, but it's over 700 every year.
Good Lord. So, Don, the last time I talked to you when I was doing mornings, I recall you saying you even kept the containers in which they came, right?
That is correct. For right now, like I say, my attic is full, but now I start stacking them in the basement. And for every year of Big Macs, I need 5 boxes for the cartons. And I guess that's what, when people tour a house and stuff, that's what they like to see is, like in the basement, I got like almost 15,000 cartons that you can see. That's the stuff that like Guinness and a lot of TV crews that come in, they like to see is all the cartons like that, because I'm sure nobody else in the world has got anything like it.
There's no doubt about that. Doesn't it stink? Don't the cartons smell?
No, what I do is, like I say, when I get my Big Macs, that's what happened just now. I just got home from McDonald's, so I got the bag of Big Macs on the table here. What I'll do is I'll dump the Big Macs out, and like I say, if there's sauce or something on them, I'll lick them or whatever. But I have an area here where I let them dry for a while, and after they've dried for about 3 or 4 days, then there's nothing that can spoil or nothing. Then I start stacking them. So I've been able to save all the cartons of the Big Macs I ate, and then, like I say, when I get every January, I should put it this way, every January 1st and every July 1st, I stack them into boxes, because what I do is I put them on top of the refrigerator, and then they get so high on the refrigerator that I got to box them up. So that's how the routine goes, month after month, year after year.
Good Lord. Don Gorske, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, over the weekend ate his 35,000th Big Mac of his life. So if you're eating about 2 a day, and the price of a Big Mac has gone up, and I'm sure you will attest to this, the size has gone down fairly significantly. How much are you spending every week on Big Macs?
let's put it this way, I buy 14 every week, and so right now they're like $5.39 a piece. So I have to multiply that,
Yeah, you're over $60 a week. Probably almost 70. Wow.
Right.
All right. Now, the other question I have, Don, how do your blood panels look? How has this, if at all, affected your health?
Well, I've been blessed with really good health, and I have good genetics, which helps too, so I really never get sick. I haven't seen a doctor for quite a few years. The actual doctor I actually saw for a physical was in 1986. So it's been a long time. And like I say, I've just been blessed with good health and stuff. And another thing that I can rely on a little bit is my wife is a nurse practitioner.
Oh, yeah.
A retired one. And so that's like living with a doctor. And so if she noticed something wrong, she would let me know. But I can actually get my blood checked, without seeing a doctor. I can go down to a clinic here and they can check my cholesterol and stuff like that.
What is your cholesterol?
The last one they said was pretty low. I think it was 155. And then I had the one before that was only 140 with my cholesterol. And the one nurse says, gee, that's really kind of low for a person like you. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? Eat 3 Big Macs a day?
Yeah, yours is lower than mine. Oh, that's crazy. So, Don, you're 71. You'll be 72 in November.
Right.
I take it this is going to continue for as long as you live.
Right. It's pretty obvious that it's what I want to do, and like I say, I figure I'll probably keep eating them until I die. But when they ask my wife Mary about it, she likes to joke and say that when she has to put them in a blender, it's all over. I don't think it'll ever get that bad. Like I told the boys, I said, make sure in my obituary you write how many Big Macs I ate so that if somebody needs to break the record, they'll know what it is.
That's an amazing story, Don. So good to catch up with you again, and thanks for joining us here on 103.9 The Maverick.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on your program, and have yourself a really good day, okay?